Hello. This is Tasha with Britches Get Stitches. Thanks for joining me for my new week of cross stitch. This is my little corner. I get to talk about my stitching and my sewing and crafting and all the fun shenanigans I get up to. So if you're here, that means either you've been here before, in which case, hey guys, or you stumbled on me brand new and I'm so happy you're here. So if you like what you see, there's a like button and I think a bell somewhere around here that you can comment on, or that you can click, what's the word? It's Tuesday. But there's also a comment section down below that I would love to hear from you. So go ahead and leave me something down below. So today's Tuesday. I did get my last video out last night. Thankfully, it took a little bit to load, but it finally got its way through. So make sure you run, well, never mind, you won't have seen it or not. But anyway, I still needed a couple threads for my blessing sampler because Susan didn't have them at Stitch Away. So what did I do? Ran to keepsakes. So got to see everybody again, say hey, and now I'm heading back to work. So I will let you know what I get done today. So far, like 0 stitching this morning because I had to organize a bunch of things and was super tired this morning. So I will let you know what I get to end of today. So bye. Hey everyone! Well, needless to say, this vlog kind of failed. It was such a busy week. Like every single day we had something. Monday night was small group for church. Tuesday night was Girl Scouts. Wednesday night I had my Zumba. Thursday night was drumming for Lucille, and then we had Mommy and Me paint night. And then Friday we had something going on as well. And then Saturday night there was something going on, and it was just like every single night I was like, well, I don't have time to film. Okay. And then I'd get up the next morning and I'd have to like prep everything for lunches and the day and everything. And I just didn't have time to film. So I got stitching done, but you didn't see any of it. So sorry for the lack of vlog, but you at least get to see my stitching because I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and start with the top of the pile. I don't have an order. Come on, get up here. Come on. Every time. It's just a pattern. It's a pattern. Okay, so I did work on Put a Bird on It, which was Levi's whip from the visit in Stitcher's Dream House. And so I got about 200, well, more than 200 stitches on this one, but just around there, working in the like dark teal in these flowers here. So I put in a bunch there, so that got some work on it. I'm still loving these colors. I think it's turning out fantastic. I think I'm gonna keep this light teal in the middle instead of doing another yellow flower. So we'll see, but Big Blue's big, that's for sure. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So I need to take the minder and needle off of that one because it's not been spun for this week, so I won't pull that out this week. So I need to keep that over there. And then I pulled out Woman in a Field of Flowers. I'm moving the needle minder over, which is my weekly stitch for the Stitches So Beautiful Sal. And I did another like 500 and some odd stitches of this light yellow in there. I think I like finished off this and then brought this around here. So I'm kind of trying to outline the shape of the remaining DMC 10 that's in there. Man, dude, you're just going everywhere. He's like on my lap now so that I can work on just getting that color down and out. So it stays out because it's a weekly stitch. So, well, I think there's one more week, and then I'm going to take February off of that because I mean the pattern's pretty, the freebie pattern that she's doing is pretty, but it's not one that I would stitch, so I'm not really going to make it a big priority focus of mine. So I'll still stitch on the thing, but it's not going to be like a deadline thing. And then I pulled out the Treasure Island, which was my backup comment, collaborate, and listen. I needed to get 270 stitches on this, and I think I put in about 300 or so, and it was all of this gray here. Ooh, buddy, Yeah, Now you've ripped my pants. Thanks. Got a hole in the sweatpants from him now. Anyway, I put in the sand and a little bit of this green right there. It's amazing how many stitches are just in one little area. But I stitched on that while we were playing D&D Saturday night. So pretty easy, not really have to think about stitch. So I could do that and still focus on the game. But the big load that I did, I don't even have the count of stitches that I did on this. Like, it's gotta be at least 2,000 stitches that I did on this. I pulled out the Greenhouse of Oddities, and I put it in the Q-snap and then didn't move it. And I was like, I'm just gonna power my way through and see how much of this I can get done. So I did the 1,300 that was needed for last week. Was it 1,300? Yeah, 1,300 stitches that was needed for last week, and then just kept going. And I filled in, I think all of this is done. All of this is done. She's done. I need to find my 3371 to do this. And then once I get the easel done and a little bit into these flowers, then I'm going to move the Q-snap. And honestly, I'm kind of focusing. I kind of want to finish this one. Like, it's calling to me now. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the back stitching that's in the fence or in the bench. I need to go and look at that again and see whether I'm liking it or not. But yeah, I think I'm just going to keep this one on the hoop. Just move it over and get it done, because why not, right? I mean, it looks great. Oh, I'm like scanning it with my eyes, and it's just so cool. I love it. Yeah, so lots of extra work on that one, which was great. And then one more that I worked on was my blessing sampler. I'm gonna leave it in this hoop because that's kind of where I'm at. But when I had it last time, it was just this border here, mostly the green. I didn't even have all the red and the pink in. And so since then, I've added this whole flower, part of the bird, majority of the alphabet, and a ton of the building. And I'm gonna try to keep going on this one tonight if I can, but we're supposed to have small group. I don't know if I'm gonna get out because we got 15 inches of snow yesterday. Brian's out for the 4th time now trying to get the snow off of our driveway, and I don't know. But that one stays up there. Been working from home today. I've had off and on calls and emails and a little bit of training and stuff, so it's been rather busy, but at least it's something that, like, I can keep my hands busy while I'm doing it, which is nice. What else? I do have one piece of haul that I wanted to show you. So you remember I was telling you about the acrylic floss box that I got? Well, I then ended up getting some extra hangers to go with it from GW Stitching Depot. I guess I got her card here, and that's less noisy than the tissue paper. So I got to meet her at Stitch Away, and not only is she super sweet, but she remembered me, and she wrote a little note on my invoice and stuff. I was like, oh, so cute. But, you know, I told you they're wrapped really nicely. I wanted to go ahead and get a couple more because I want all of my DMC ones, sorry. I want all of my DMC ones to match. And they're similar to the ones that the box came with, but they're just like slightly different, and I'm just OCD enough that I'm like, I need more. So I went ahead and ordered another 2 sets just so that I would match on them. And I specifically didn't take this apart earlier so that you guys would be able to see how well it's packaged. It's packaged very well. Can you tell? If you're seeing these, but like, not only is it in the bubble wrap, but then they come in like their own separate like packs, label there, even how to deal with acrylic. Like they're nice. They're really nice, and they fit perfectly. So now that I have a full set, I do have a downloadable sticker sheet, that I will go through and I'll print off the DMC and then I can cut them out and stick them on here, and then I'm gonna start filling this thing up. I'm so excited. Yeah, that's my like next week's project in my like downtime when I'm not stitching. Sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for next week. So I was not able to finish the stitches from Cottage Rogue. She had messaged back and said that she wanted me to stitch on No Time Like the Present. So I have that one ready. I had to do 200 stitches on that one. So I'm gonna work on that, but that like 200 stitches is not terrible. Like I can pump that out, no big deal. So I went ahead and I spun for the next room that I'm gonna visit, since I already finished Levi's. And so I will be visiting Amanda. And she had a bunch of projects that she picked from, and so the one that I'll be visiting for her, that I'll be stitching for her, is the Meloca Squirrel. And that one, I've got to find it in here somewhere. I need a better system for how my whips are organized, because right now they're just kind of sitting in these shelves with their their names. Oh, I gotta put them in alphabetical order, duh. Of course I'll put them in alphabetical order. Anyway, so I'm gonna find it, and then I am going to be stitching .400 stitches on that one. Whew! That one might take me a little bit. But then along those lines, I did have 2 people mention me in their videos, so I need to reach out to them. Jess Sloan from Sloan Stitches, she mentioned me in the Stitch Away video. I don't know if she quite knows that, hey, you mentioned me, it means you ring the doorbell. So I need to message her and say, hey, what do you want to participate? And if so, which whip would you like to see? I believe she put Dolphin's Domain on my last video, so if she just wants me to stick with that one, I will, and I'll need to spin for that. And then Karen, KBH Stitches, she mentioned me as well. I love Karen, she's the best. And so I need to message her and see what she wants me to work on. So I'm gonna do that. And then I went ahead and counted up the comments I got in my last video. I got 12 comments. Thanks guys, you're really pushing me this time. And so I spun for that one. And so I put everybody's in order, and I spun on the wheel, and I landed on Love Wins. And I haven't worked on this one in a while, so I'm excited to pull it out. Again, I gotta find it. I will probably search and find later tonight or tomorrow, tonight, because I'm gonna be like organizing stuff for work. And so I have to do 1,200 stitches on that one. And then my backup project, because I've been neglecting it and I need to pull it out, is the Wizard of Oz. And because there were 27 likes on the last video, I'll be doing 270 stitches on that one. Hopefully more, because I need to get 500 for the semi-sane stitchers, but we shall see. So I'm gonna put a list down below of all of the stitches that I need to do this week, because that's a lot. And we'll see if I get to them. And if I don't, then I just add them on and we'll just see how far I get. So as far as whips for next week, let's go ahead and do whip number 1, whip number 2, whip number 3, whip number 4, and whip number 5. So take a look at these. You can either put the number or the name, whichever one you want me to stitch on next week, and we will do a spin. So thanks for hanging, guys. It's been fun, and I'm gonna go try to help deal with all this snow. Laters. Yep, I'm the mom that makes homemade hot cocoa. Sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, and some cocoa powder. Gotta love it. And believe me, she's gonna need it. You want some too? Want some too, Jim? Oh, girl.
Home is where you are.